Once upon a time, in a quiet village nestled between rolling hills and a dense forest, there stood an ancient oak tree. This was no ordinary tree. It was known as the Whispering Oak. Legend had it that the tree could speak, but only to those who truly listened. For centuries, villagers would visit the oak, hoping to hear its wisdom, but most left disappointed, convinced it was just a myth. That is, until a curious boy named Eli came along. Eli was 10 years old with a mop of unruly brown hair and a knack for getting into trouble. He was the kind of boy who asked too many questions, climbed too many trees, and wandered too far from home. His parents often scolded him, saying, "Curiosity is good, Eli, but too much of it will lead you astray." But Eli couldn't help himself. One crisp autumn morning, Eli overheard the village elders talking about the Whispering Oak. "They say it only speaks to those with a pure heart," one elder said. "But no one has heard it in generations," another scoffed. Intrigued, Eli decided to find the tree for himself. He packed a small satchel with bread, cheese, and a flask of water and set off into the forest. The forest was alive with the sounds of rustling leaves and chirping birds. Eli followed a winding path, his eyes scanning the trees for the legendary oak. Hours passed, and just as he was about to give up, he stumbled into a clearing. There it stood, the Whispering Oak. Its trunk was massive, its branches stretching toward the sky like arms reaching for the stars. The tree seemed to hum with a quiet energy, and Eli felt a strange sense of calm wash over him. He sat down at the base of the tree and waited, and waited, and waited. Just as he was about to leave, he heard it, a soft, melodic voice. "Why have you come, young one?" Eli's eyes widened. "You can talk," he exclaimed. "Of course I can," the oak replied, its voice like the rustle of leaves in the wind. "But few take the time to listen. What is it you seek?" Eli thought for a moment. "I want to know the secret to happiness," he said. The oak chuckled. "Happiness is not a secret, child. It is a choice. But if you wish to learn, you must first complete a task." "What task?" Eli asked eagerly. "Find the golden feather," the oak said. "It lies hidden in the forest, guarded by challenges that will test your heart and mind. Only then will you understand true happiness." Determined, Eli set off on his quest. The forest seemed to grow darker and denser as he ventured deeper. Soon he came across a babbling brook, where a tiny fish was stranded on the shore, flopping helplessly. Eli knelt down and gently placed the fish back into the water. "Thank you," the fish said, to Eli's astonishment. "For your kindness, I will help you. The golden feather lies beyond the thorns of selfishness. To pass, you must give something you hold dear." Eli continued on, clutching his satchel. When he reached the thorns of selfishness, a wall of tangled vines, he hesitated. The fish's words echoed in his mind. He opened his satchel and pulled out his flask of water, the last of his supplies. He poured it onto the thorns, and they withered away, clearing a path. Next, Eli encountered a towering cliff. At its base sat an old, frail eagle with a broken wing. "I cannot fly," the eagle said sadly. "Without my strength, I cannot guard the golden feather." Eli thought for a moment, then climbed onto the eagle's back. "If you can't fly, I'll carry you," he said. With great effort, he scaled the cliff, the eagle guiding him with its sharp eyes. At the top, the eagle said, "Your selflessness has restored my strength." With a mighty flap of its wings, the eagle soared into the sky and dropped a shimmering golden feather at Eli's feet. Eli returned to the Whispering Oak, clutching the golden feather. "I found it," he said triumphantly. The oak smiled. "And what have you learned?" Eli thought about the fish, the thorns, and the eagle. "I learned that happiness comes from helping others," he said. "It's not about having everything you want, but about giving what you can." The oak's branches swayed approvingly. "You have listened well, Eli. Remember, the greatest treasures are not gold or feathers, but the kindness and love we share with others." From that day on, Eli became known as the boy who listened. He grew up to be a wise and compassionate leader, always reminding others of the lessons he learned from the Whispering Oak. And though the oak never spoke to anyone else, it continued to stand tall, a silent guardian of the forest and a symbol of the wisdom that comes from listening. Not just with your ears, but with your heart.